The rise of BRICS, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has emerged as a significant force in the global economy. This development leads many to question whether it represents the dawn of a new world order in international economics. As the global landscape continues to shift, BRICS has positioned itself as a formidable alternative to traditional Western-dominated institutions such as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. With the group's collective economic power, population, and natural resources, BRICS has the potential to reshape global governance, trade, and financial systems. The concept of BRICS originated in 2001 when economist Jim O'Neill of Goldman Sachs coined the term BRIC before South Africa joined to represent the fast-growing economies of Brazil, Russia, India, and China. These nations were identified as the future engines of global economic growth due to their large populations, rapidly expanding markets, and increasing influence in international affairs. South Africa joined the group in 2010, adding another layer of geographic and economic diversity, leading to the acronym BRICS. Objectives of BRICS include promoting economic cooperation. By fostering trade and investment, BRICS members aim to reduce their reliance on Western markets and institutions, striving for greater self-sufficiency. Another objective is influencing global governance. BRICS seeks to reform international financial institutions, advocating for more representative and inclusive global decision-making structures that better reflect the economic power of emerging markets. Additionally, BRICS collaborates on development initiatives. Through initiatives such as the New Development Bank and the Contingent Reserve Arrangement, BRICS members aim to finance infrastructure projects and provide financial support to member countries in times of need, challenging the dominance of the IMF and World Bank. Collectively, BRICS countries account for around 42% of the global population and roughly 25% of the global gross domestic product. Over the past 2 decades, their economies have grown at a faster pace than the developed economies of the West, with China and India, in particular, experiencing remarkable economic transformations. China, as the second largest economy globally, plays a central role in BRICS. With its vast manufacturing sector, technological advancements, and growing consumer market, China contributes significantly to the group's global economic influence. Its Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure and investment project spanning across Asia, Africa, and Europe, complements BRICS' agenda by increasing connectivity and trade between emerging economies. India, as the world's 5th largest economy, has seen rapid economic expansion driven by its services sector, technological innovation, and a burgeoning middle class. With a young and growing population, India is positioned to become one of the largest consumer markets globally, further cementing BRICS' economic power. Russia, despite facing economic sanctions and political isolation from Western countries, remains a key player in BRICS due to its vast natural resources, including oil, gas, and minerals. Russia's energy exports, particularly to China and India, form a crucial component of the economic ties within BRICS. Brazil, as the largest economy in South America, is rich in agricultural products, minerals, and energy resources. It plays a vital role in global food security and is a significant exporter of soybeans, coffee, sugar, and beef. Brazil's inclusion in BRICS enhances the group's representation of Latin America. South Africa, as the newest member of BRICS, brings valuable regional representation from Africa. While its economy is smaller compared to other BRICS members, South Africa serves as a gateway for trade and investment in the African continent, which is increasingly seen as a new frontier for economic growth and development. BRICS is not just an economic alliance, it also carries significant political weight. The group aims to promote a multipolar world, challenging the unipolar dominance of Western countries, particularly the United States, in international affairs. The political dimension of BRICS is underscored by its commitment to non-interference, respect for sovereignty, and the promotion of a fairer international system. Diplomatic coordination is another key aspect. BRICS members often coordinate their positions on global issues such as climate change, cybersecurity, and terrorism at forums like the United Nations and the G20. This allows them to present a united front on key global issues and to push for reforms in international institutions that are seen as disproportionately favoring the West. While BRICS is not a military alliance, its members have engaged in security cooperation through various initiatives. For instance, Russia and China have strengthened their military ties through joint exercises, while India and Brazil seek greater collaboration on counterterrorism efforts. Although there are some tensions within the group, particularly between China and India, BRICS members share a common interest in maintaining regional stability. BRICS countries also wield soft power through cultural exchanges, education partnerships, and media collaborations. China's Confucius Institutes, India's technological and medical prowess, and Brazil's cultural influence in areas like football and music help shape global perceptions of BRICS members and enhance their diplomatic influence. The institutionalization of BRICS has led to the creation of several mechanisms that enhance cooperation among member states and strengthen their global influence. Established in 2014, the New Development Bank provides financial assistance for infrastructure and sustainable development projects in BRICS and other emerging markets. It serves as an alternative to Western-led institutions like the World Bank, offering loans without the strict conditions often imposed by the IMF or World Bank. The NDB has already approved billions of dollars in loans for projects in sectors such as energy, transportation, and urban development. The Contingent Reserve Arrangement, or CRA, is a financial safety net designed to provide liquidity support to BRICS members in times of financial crisis. With a pool of $100 billion, the CRA aims to protect member countries from currency volatility and balance of payments crises, reducing their reliance on the IMF. The BRICS Business Council facilitates interaction between the private sectors of BRICS countries, promoting trade and investment opportunities. It plays a critical role in fostering economic cooperation and identifying sectors for joint ventures and partnerships. The BRICS Academic Forum and Think Tank Council bring together scholars, researchers, and policymakers to discuss issues of mutual interest, enhance knowledge sharing, and contribute to the formulation of BRICS long-term strategies. Despite its impressive rise, BRICS faces several challenges that could limit its potential to reshape the global economic order. One of the key challenges for BRICS is the divergence in political systems, economic models, and foreign policy goals among its members. For example, India and China have a long-standing border dispute, which has occasionally escalated into military skirmishes. Additionally, Russia's political isolation due to its actions in Ukraine has complicated its relationship with some BRICS members. While China and India have experienced rapid economic growth, Brazil, Russia, and South Africa have faced economic stagnation, high levels of inequality, and political instability. These disparities could hinder the group's ability to coordinate economic policies and pursue collective goals effectively. BRICS operates in a global environment where geopolitical rivalries, particularly between the US and China, are intensifying. The rise of protectionism, the decoupling of economies, and the potential for trade wars could impact BRICS's ability to function cohesively. The Western-dominated international system may resist the rise of BRICS, with some viewing it as a threat to the existing global order. The US and Europe, in particular, may seek to counterbalance BRICS' influence by strengthening alliances and reinforcing their roles in international institutions. The future of BRICS depends on several factors, including the ability of its members to overcome internal divisions, the evolution of the global geopolitical environment, and the effectiveness of BRICS' institutions. While it may be premature to declare the emergence of a new world order led by BRICS, the group is undeniably reshaping the contours of global economics and governance. BRICS' advocacy for a multipolar world suggests that its members will continue to push for reforms in international institutions to ensure that emerging markets have a greater voice in global decision-making. This could lead to a more inclusive global order where the interests of developing countries are better represented. As BRICS countries invest more in infrastructure, renewable energy, and technology, they could lead the global transition to a more sustainable and digital economy. Collaboration in areas such as artificial intelligence, space exploration, and clean energy could further enhance BRICS's global leadership. There has been discussion about the possibility of expanding BRICS to include other emerging economies such as Indonesia, Mexico, and Turkey. An expanded BRICS could have an even greater impact on global economics and strengthen its capacity to challenge the dominance of Western institutions. The rise of BRICS marks a significant shift in global economics and geopolitics. With its collective economic power, political influence, and institutional initiatives, BRICS has the potential to reshape the global order. However, the group faces challenges that could limit its impact, including internal divisions, economic disparities, and external pressures. Nevertheless, as the world moves towards greater multipolarity, BRICS will likely continue to play an increasingly important role in shaping the future of global economics and global governance. While BRICS might not immediately overthrow the current world order dominated by the United States and its allies, it will almost certainly continue to chip away at the hegemony of Western institutions. Its advocacy for reforms in global governance structures like the United Nations, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund is a clear signal that the world is transitioning towards a more multipolar system. BRICS and its potential for expansion. One critical factor that could accelerate BRICS' influence on global economics and politics is the expansion of its membership. Discussions around the inclusion of countries like Mexico, Indonesia, Argentina, and Turkey have surfaced in recent years, each of which is an emerging economy with strong regional influence. The expansion of BRICS could further enhance its legitimacy as a voice for developing nations and increase its leverage in global forums. Mexico, with one of the largest economies in Latin America and a strategic geographical position near the United States, could bring significant weight to BRICS. Its inclusion could further strengthen BRICS's influence over global trade routes and regional markets. Indonesia, as Southeast Asia's largest economy and one of the world's most populous nations, could enhance BRICS's representation in a region that is rapidly gaining strategic importance in global economics and geopolitics. With growing ties to China and a strong domestic market, Indonesia would be a valuable addition to the BRICS framework. Turkey, situated at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, would extend the group's geopolitical reach. Turkey is also a member of NATO, which adds an additional layer of complexity to its potential membership in BRICS. However, it shares an interest with BRICS in promoting multipolarity and reducing reliance on Western-dominated financial systems. Argentina's economic instability and challenges with external debt have driven interest in alternatives to Western financial institutions, making it a candidate for BRICS membership. If Argentina joins, BRICS would gain even greater influence in South America, further challenging Western dominance in the region. BRICS and the Global South. Perhaps one of the most critical aspects of BRICS' rise is its appeal to the Global South. Many developing nations have grown frustrated with what they see as the paternalism and conditionality of Western aid and financial institutions. BRICS, with its emphasis on respect for national sovereignty and development without imposing conditions, offers an attractive alternative. Through institutions like the New Development Bank and the Contingent Reserve Arrangement, BRICS countries are providing emerging economies with the financial tools to pursue development without relying on Western institutions like the World Bank or IMF, which often attach strict conditions to their loans. This financial independence could help developing nations bypass the austerity measures and political interference often associated with Western aid packages. Developing nations, particularly in Africa and Asia, are in desperate need of infrastructure investments to improve transportation, energy, and technology networks. BRICS is positioned to fill this gap through its development bank and collaboration with China's Belt and Road Initiative. These initiatives not only provide financing for crucial infrastructure projects, but also enhance economic connectivity between developing nations and BRICS economies, fostering South-South cooperation. One of the hallmarks of BRICS is its emphasis on technological cooperation and innovation. Countries like China and India, which have made significant advancements in areas such as artificial intelligence, space exploration, and digital economies, are sharing their expertise with fellow BRICS members and the broader global South. This transfer of knowledge and technology is critical for helping developing countries bridge the digital divide and build more resilient, competitive economies. BRICS and the global financial system. The BRICS nations are also positioning themselves to challenge the Western-dominated global financial system, particularly the reliance on the US dollar as the world's primary reserve currency. Although the US dollar remains dominant in global trade, BRICS members have expressed increasing dissatisfaction with the vulnerabilities this creates, especially in light of geopolitical tensions, trade wars, and sanctions imposed by Western nations. De-dollarization efforts. BRICS countries, led by China and Russia, have been actively exploring alternatives to the dollar in international trade. This includes efforts to settle trade agreements in local currencies and the establishment of alternative payment systems. For instance, Russia has significantly expanded its use of the Chinese yuan in trade with China to bypass US sanctions and reduce exposure to the dollar. Digital currencies. China has been at the forefront of developing digital currency solutions, particularly with its digital yuan project. As digital currencies become more prominent, BRICS countries could leverage this technology to create new financial systems that reduce reliance on Western-controlled financial networks like SWIFT. If BRICS nations successfully implement digital currencies or alternative payment mechanisms, it could reshape the global financial system by offering emerging markets more autonomy from Western control. Gold and commodities. There has also been a growing discussion within BRICS about creating a currency or financial system backed by commodities such as gold, oil, or other natural resources. This would present a sharp contrast to the fiat-based system that underpins the US dollar and could provide a more stable foundation for international trade, particularly among developing countries that are vulnerable to currency fluctuations. Geopolitical implications of BRICS rise. The ascent of BRICS is not just an economic phenomenon, but also carries deep geopolitical implications. Its rise is viewed by many as a counterbalance to the US-led unipolar world that has dominated since the end of the Cold War. In promoting a multipolar world, BRICS seeks to dilute Western influence in global governance and ensure that emerging powers have a more significant role in shaping international rules and norms. Countering Western influence. BRICS represents an alternative approach to global governance that rejects the interventionist policies of the West. For instance, while Western powers often advocate for human rights and democracy promotion, BRICS countries emphasize sovereignty and non-interference, aligning with many countries in the global South that have grown weary of Western interventionism. Energy and resource geopolitics. With Russia's vast energy reserves and Brazil's and South Africa's rich natural resources, BRICS has significant leverage in the global energy market. This is particularly relevant as Europe and the United States face energy challenges due to geopolitical events, such as the Russia-Ukraine conflict. BRICS's control over large portions of global energy supplies could enable it to wield greater influence over energy prices and policies. Global security. While BRICS is not a military alliance, its members have increasingly discussed the need for a security framework that addresses common challenges like terrorism, cybersecurity, and regional conflicts. China and Russia, in particular, have deepened their military cooperation, and there is growing interest in enhancing security collaboration among BRICS countries, though India's relationship with China complicates this. A balanced view. The potential and limitations of BRICS. While BRICS' rise is undoubtedly reshaping global economics and geopolitics, it is essential to recognize the group's internal challenges and limitations. Internal conflicts, such as the ongoing border dispute between China and India and the economic challenges facing Brazil and South Africa, could undermine the group's cohesion and ability to act as a unified bloc. Moreover, BRICS countries are still heavily integrated into the global economy. China, for example, remains deeply connected to Western markets and reliant on trade with the United States and Europe. India, too, has strong ties with Western nations, both economically and strategically, particularly in terms of defense and technology cooperation. These interdependencies could limit BRICS' ability to decouple from the Western-led global order fully. Conclusion. The rise of BRICS marks a critical moment in global economic history, offering a glimpse of a future where global power is more distributed and emerging economies play a central role in shaping the international order. Through initiatives like the New Development Bank, strategic cooperation in areas such as infrastructure and technology, and efforts to reform global governance institutions, BRICS is creating an alternative model of international cooperation that emphasizes inclusivity, multipolarity, and respect for sovereignty. While challenges remain, BRICS' potential to disrupt the existing world order is undeniable. As the global balance of power continues to shift, the BRICS alliance stands as a testament to the growing influence of the Global South and the possibility of a new world order in global economics, one that is more equitable, inclusive, and representative of the diverse economic interests across the world. Whether BRICS can overcome its internal divisions and external pressures to fully realize this potential remains to be seen. But its role in shaping the future of global governance is already well underway.